Airsoft GI would like to thank our sponsors.
Hey, what's up, GI TV? My name is Tim, and it is a great day for making airsoft videos, and that's why we're outside here. We are doing a range test with these new Miracle barrels that just hit our website. These are new Tightbore barrels, and what makes the Miracle barrels different than your standard AEG Tightbore barrel is the fact that where the BB sits in the barrel is a platform to prop the BB up to make sure that the BB consistently contacts the hop-up every time it's shot. And so we're hoping to see a lot more consistency and maybe a little bit more range and accuracy out of these Miracle barrels. And we have everything we need to do the test. We've got our Miracle barrel installed in here. We've got a 509mm Tightbore barrel installed in our VFC M16. We've got our Elite Force .32 gram Milson Max BBs and our shooting bench and our target down range. All right, so for this test, I have the first generation FMG4, which is OEM by VFC. Installed in this gun is our 363mm Miracle barrel with a Mad Bull Blue hop-up bucking and a Bravo one-piece metal hop-up unit. This gun is shooting 400 FPS with a .20 gram BB, and I have an NC Star Evolution scope installed on this gun just to help me see downrange a little bit. On the opposing gun is a VFC M16 shooting the same FPS. I have the same hop-up bucking and the same hop-up installed in this gun, except I'm using a 509mm Lonix Tightbore barrel. This is not the Miracle barrel, so we're going to be comparing these two guns. Now we're going to consider the guns effective if they can hit our man-sized target at each distance within the first 3 shots. Now at 40 yards, both of the guns performed really well. There's pretty much no performance difference between them. Both guns were able to hit our mannequin within the first shot, which I kind of came to expect. At 50 yards, the results were pretty much the same. Both guns were able to hit the man-sized target within the first shot. There was very little variation in the accuracy at this range. Now at 60 yards, remember that's 180 feet, is where we start to see a difference in the performance of these barrels. Our Miracle barrels still hit our man-sized target within the first shot. However, it took me 2 shots to hit it with the VFC with the standard Lonix barrel installed. Also, and just for fun, we did a best out of 5 at this range, and our Miracle barrel was able to hit our man-sized target 3 out of 5 times, whereas the standard Tightbore barrel was only able to hit 1 out of 5. That's very interesting. Now at 65 yards is really where we're starting to push the limits of the guns and where we can see the biggest difference in performance between the Miracle barrel and our standard Tightbore barrel. Our Miracle barrel was still able to hit the target on the very first shot. Now some of that may have been a little bit of luck, but whatever, that's what happens with our test. Now just to mix it up a little bit, we did a best of 10 from this range, and our Miracle barrel was still able to place 4 out of 10 shots on target to hit our man-sized target, whereas the Tightbore barrel installed in our other VFC gun did not hit the target at all within the first 10 shots. In fact, it took me 14 shots to even put 1 BB on our man-sized target at that range. All right, so there's one more control factor that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, and that's the fact that we set our hop up to give us the flattest trajectory possible. We wanted to make sure not to overhop our BBs because we didn't want to lob our BBs onto the target. If we overhop the BBs, it would have given us a much further maximum range, but remember, for this test, we're looking for the effective range, and that's really where the Miracle barrel shines through versus the other Tightbore barrels, and that's something that really impressed us. The fact that the Miracle barrel had a much narrower flight path, I guess you could say. So our VFC M16 with the Tightbore barrel was able to get the BBs to go past our target, but because they were going every which way, it was not consistent enough for me to use Kentucky windage to be able to put my BBs on target, whereas the Miracle barrel was much more consistent. It had a much more narrow BB deviation, and thus being much more accurate, especially at longer ranges beyond 60 yards. We were really impressed with the Miracle barrels. I hope that you are too. You can check them out on our website. If you're looking to do a Tightbore barrel upgrade, check these things out because you don't need any additional products to complement it. Just throw this thing in with your stock hop-up and stock hop-up bucking, and you'll be ready to go.
Hi GI TV, Bob the Axeman Hildebrand here. I'm standing in our tech department and I'm holding our FMG 418. Now, a lot of folks at our summer sale and folks online were asking when our FMG 4s were coming back in stock. And I can tell you without further ado, they just came in Monday, and these are our techs hard at work making the custom versions of our FMG 4s. Now, if you have been waiting for these, I highly suggest you go on airsoftgi.com and take a look at our full line, because I dare say we'll have something to suit your needs.
Airsoft GI would like to thank our sponsors.